Good morning, folks. Welcome back. So I wanted to make a quick video, maybe not so quick, of the fruits of our labor, all those Cyber Weekend stuff that we picked up, all those resources and mats. We took a whole lot of champions up. I think we got 6 new rank 4s. But I wanted to break down the offers, the value of them. I know there's a lot of free-to-play players out there, so this isn't going to be for you for the unit offers. But I do want to make an argument for why it makes sense to buy the packs while there's stuff in them. The value of the units, for an example, an argument can be made, never buy the $5, $10, $30 or whatnot, only buy the Odin because the Odin offers the lowest cost per unit. You're getting more units for your dollar when you get the Odin. The lower the pack, obviously, the less units per dollar. So even if you need 100 units, for someone with lots of disposable income, go for the Odin because you're getting that extra 100 units for free, versus the cost of like a Peter Parker wallet or a Star-Lord loot bag. But if you're one of those that grinds arena, that's free to play, I think that's the larger majority of the community is free to play, where we're grinding out arenas and content to pick up those units so we have them ready for those Cyber Weekend, those 4th of July deals, all of that stuff. I'm just going to let this video loop while I'm talking so you can kind of glance through, and then I'll discuss it directly. A lot of the free to play players have to grind out the units to spend on the store tab, but for those that are able to pick up units or like to do it sparingly, 4th of July, Cyber Weekend, spring cleaning, and maybe Christmas, those are the times to get the most for your dollar, because all this stuff, because you're not just getting your units. You can buy an Odin, get 3,100 units, and that's it. That's the only thing you get. But during these offers, you get, look at this. Just for the Star-Lord loot bag, for $10, you're getting 8 Tier 5 basics, 20 Tier 2 alphas, 20 Tier 4 class cats. All this stuff that you would have to grind a ton of content or spend a lot of units on content to obtain. Units are something that, you're not going to buy them and not use them. You're going to use them somewhere, whether you're using it to push, your next progression title, be it Thronebreaker, Cav, Paragon, whether you're using it to clear, some endgame content, like Abyss of Legends or Chapter 8 or Chapter 7, whatever you're doing, you're going to be spending your units somewhere. So if you're going to buy them while the offers are hot, while you get a whole heap of stuff. For me, I had planned on having to, pick up hundreds of the holiday crystals again, in order to get that Weapon X. Hopefully the holiday crystal that replaces the greater gifting crystal still gives you a shot at Weapon X and Thanos and Kang. For those that aren't able to pick up those offers, we might be able to get some free lucky ones out of those crystals. Last year, I opened 680 and change, somewhere in the realm of 680 greater gifting crystals, and I did not hit my 6-star Weapon X or 6-star Thanos. I did get the Kang, and I did get the 5-star and 4-star versions of all of those available champions, but I missed the 6-star Kang and 6-star Thanos and Weapon. After 680 crystals, that was a massive investment, and I still missed. So when I got the email from Kabam that you could pick up the Weapon X if you got all these offers, that just blew my mind, and cost-wise was so much lower than anything else. But anyway, this video just looped, so let's go through these deals. Let's talk about them. So for the $4.99, the Peter Parker's wallet, for $25, if you were to buy all 5 of them, you'd get, a little chunk of gold, 50,000 gold, but that featured 6-star hero crystal. I know the featured crystal right now is loaded with great champs, especially that OG Scarlet Witch. For me, that's more collection purposes. I think there's better champs in there, like some of the newer released champions, but still, $5 for a featured 6-star. That's crazy business. That's just unheard of. And you're still getting your 135 units. That you can use towards clearing content or buying some offers in the store. And then we roll into the $9.99 Star-Lord's loot bag. Again, for $10, you're getting your 275 units. you're getting a tier 5 class catalyst right here, right off the bat at $10. They're setting you up to push Paragon. That's a rank 4 level mat that's letting you move on up the ranks. And you can get 4 of those. So that's enough if you have the basic and the alphas to get it. And then right there below, you're getting 20 tier 4 class catalysts, 8 tier 5 basic catalysts, 20 tier 2 alpha catalysts, and 100,000 gold. I mean, that's just for $10. That's just crazy business. And then if you guys saw in my overflow, in my stash, that's why I had so much stuff in overflow, and why I was able to get 6 more rank 4 champions. And we'll go through those in a little bit. And then we go to our, let's see here, let's back up just a little bit. Our Black Panther's Treasure. So Black Panther Treasure gives you, let's go back. No, this isn't the greatest. Black Panther's Treasure gives you 12,500, so basically a dual class crystal of the 6-star. Gives you 5% of a tier 6 class catalyst. So right there at the Black Panther Treasure, you're seeing rank 5 mats. Or, 7-star or maybe rank 2 mats. As well as Sig Stones, plus 5 Sig Stones. 15 plus 5 Sig Stones. That's 75 Sig levels if my quick math is right. Let's see, 30, 60, 75. Yeah, 75 Sig levels on any 6-star you want. Plus tier 3, half of a tier 3 alpha catalyst and half of a tier 6 basic catalyst. And it gives you 4 of those. So that's going to be 2.5 cats each. And, who knows how many Sig levels? 280 Sig levels, I think. Yeah, about 280 Sig, or excuse me. Yeah, 75, 150. No, 300, 300 Sig levels right off the bat from picking those up. And then we move on over to our All-Father Odin Vault. Did we skip the Tony Stark's briefcase? We did. Let's go back there. All right, Tony Stark's briefcase, real quick. Tier 6, so that's a 6-star champion, and right there, more tier 3 alphas and tier 6 basics. So you could get 4 of those. That's 2. That's another 2 full catalysts towards a rank 4. Anyway, and then we covered the Black Panther Treasure, so let's go right into the All-Father Odin Vault. So here's the big boy. That gets you 4 Awakening well, if you were to pick up 1, that gets you an Awakening Gem, 2 of those Abyss Nexus crystals. Now, for those of you that watched my opening video, I did not realize they were Abyss Nexus. I just thought they were Nexus crystals, so I just about lost my mind when I saw those 10 champions come up. And because I was hunting Human Torch, I bought all 8 of those, all 8 of those as science. So I got a whole heap of science crystals. I really wish I took a moment to read and pay attention. I was just too excited for Cyber Monday, too excited for that Weapon X. The second I saw that Weapon X carrot, man, I just hit the ground running and went. So I didn't notice that. I wish I would have spread that around. Got maybe some Cosmic or Mystic or something else. I would have had to look at my roster and see which classes I was missing the most champions of and pick those up. But anyway, you get those 2 Abyss Nexus crystals, which are freaking amazing, which are a class Nexus as well. You get the 6-star Awakening Gem, 25% towards a tier 6 class catalyst, and then a fully formed tier 3 alpha, and I imagine a fully formed tier 6 base, there we go. And then so a little more than a fully formed tier 3 alpha, and a little more than a fully formed tier 6 basic. And then a heap of gold to send it all up. So those were the offers. Those were the Paragon offers. Excuse me. Let's go back to what we wound up doing with that. So we're sitting at 1,087 champions. We are on the road to 1,100. Just 13 more and we're at 1,100. Another big milestone. But here you can see my current rank 4s. We're sitting at 16, it looks like. 6, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Doing pretty good. Obviously, this This doesn't really reflect a free to play account unless you just have a whole heap of time to sit and grind arena and other content to really push this. So, this type of account is through a lot of hard work in real life with overtime and pressing on my job to be able to do this. Anyway, so our new 6 stars, what we wound up doing, I couldn't wait. I was sitting there looking at all my mats, and I just had to do the rank ups. I wanted to do a video where I walked through everyone and kind of ranked them up in front of you, but that's all right. Instead, we did this. I ranked everything up. Our new 6 stars are going to be our Quicksilver. We took Quicksilver to rank 4 and dumped 6 stones into him straight to 200 for that prestige. We wanted to start pushing that prestige. I've never really cared about prestige before because I haven't envisioned myself being in a top tier alliance since, primarily I really am just a collector. And my champion knowledge is such that I really, really am not super, super competitive or a tremendously huge asset. If I'm on a warpath and I don't know how to fight a champion and I'm going to provide a death, I don't want to be that loose end in an alliance that's getting deaths and whatnot. So I never really cared about prestige. But with Battlegrounds and the reward buffs, I'm trying to start paying more attention, and I want to start getting into more competitive alliances. Especially those war rewards are looking pretty tasty. Those Battlegrounds rewards, I'm really starting to try and learn my characters for Battlegrounds. But we're slowly getting there. So that's why I took Quicksilver up to enhance the prestige. Same thing with Silver Surfer. I did a couple weeks ago. I took him. I grinded out Battlegrounds last season to get the stones to take Silver Surfer to Sig 200 as well. But anyway, so Quicksilver was one of our new rank 4s. We also took up Angela, Sig 200. Not the greatest champion in the world, but I know if she's got high Sig, she can counter a bunch of stuff. I think she reduces the time of debuffs, or she gets debuff immune. Again, perfect reflection on my lack of character knowledge. I just know she has something to do with not taking damage from debuffs, so I thought she might be useful. And she does parry non-contact attacks. That's the one thing I remember from her specifically. So your Havocs, your Iron Man Infinity Wars, your Dominoes, your characters like that. They're just annoying when you try and parry them. I know she's a great counter to that kind of thing. So I figured having her rank 4 certainly couldn't hurt. Obviously, Weapon X. Oh, my beautiful Weapon X. He was the first new 6-star. As you can see, Sig 200, rank 4. Just took him straight up. And he's a monster. Berserk decreases to 7 seconds. So it was 7 seconds for his Berserk. My regen grants up to 6,944%, 0.7. Based on the number of rage charges. So, ended with the last fight up to 25. So he can be good. I honestly don't know much about him, aside from that he gets banned in Battlegrounds every time. So people hate fighting him. So he definitely is one of my war defenders. I'd be interested to throw a Wolverine relic on him and take him somewhere with a POC and turn him into a horseman at rank 4 Sig 200 with a Wolverine relic on it. Might be pretty filthy. Anyway, so that was our Weapon X. We took Strife up to rank 4. I don't really know how to use Strife much, but on my list in the back end are the Karina's challenges. I've done a couple of the really easy ones, but I haven't really hit my Karina's challenges. As you can see, we can dive in here. Solo, let's see, those are events, bear with me. Karina's challenges. So I've done a couple. I've done 3. It looks like 3 of the volume 2s, and I've done 1 of the volume 1s. I don't even remember which ones necessarily I've done. I think it was like the Realm of Legends ones. But you see the mutant domination. I know Strife is an absolute key character for mutant domination, so I figured having him rank 4 might make that a little easier. Might save a few more units on revives. I know a lot of people can do it with a rank 2 or a rank 3. The folks out there that are much more skilled than I am can bang out those challenges a lot easier than I can. But that's why I took Strife up, because to kind of offset my lack of knowledge, lack of skill. Just having him a little more powerful might help. And then I also took up that Human Torch. You guys saw that Human Torch. I don't think I added any Sig Stones into him. Yeah, he's just Sig 20, just a natural dupe. And then Kingpin. We took up rank 4 Kingpin. I've never personally been a great fan of Kingpin. And even though I don't have champion knowledge, I know that he's a great character. I know he shrugs off those debuffs. He has that unblockable, or he gets that unstoppable on special 2. He throws the degen on special 1, and I'm sure he does a whole lot more stuff. I know Hood synergy makes him really great as well. Personally, again, not my favorite champion. I don't like him, but I use him when I have to, and I recognize that he is a high value character, so I invested in him. If you've been in any of my previous alliances or chats, I've always said the same thing about Nick Fury. I'm a Nick Fury hater. I don't run max deep wounds. I feel like he doesn't. I feel like he's a glass house. Even though he's got that second life, I feel like Nick Fury with 2 lives is still less tanky and less health pool than a Kingpin or an Apocalypse or a Hercules. I'm not doing the math on that. That might not be true. The actual health. This is me just the perception I have, the feeling when using the characters. I'm not spewing, hard mathematical fact here. But Nick Fury, again, he's rank 3 because I trust the community. I know he is a great character. I know he's quite possibly one of the best bleeders in the game, if not the best bleeder in the game, if you have a mastery set to support him. And if, and I know he has some fantastic synergies with Captain Marvel movie. I do recognize him as one of the top skill champions in the game. But personally, I never use him. I can't stand him. He pretty much collects dust unless I have to use him. But he's there if I run into content that calls for him. Personally, if I were to compare skill champions, I would absolutely 100%, bar none, without hesitation or even a close second, put ShangChi as the best skill in the game. That tends to be a unique opinion, but I can dissect that if if we want to dive into it. Shang-Chi is a universally great champion. He's great against Mystic. He's great against Cosmic. He's great against Tech. He's great against Science. He's great against all of the classes. He doesn't need to be up against someone that's bleed vulnerable. He's not like Archangel where they have to be bleed and poison vulnerable. The enemy he's fighting doesn't need any prerequisite to get destroyed by Shang-Chi. And the only ones that might pose a problem are the characters that shrug off stun or might be stun immune. And Shang-Chi is still amazing. You don't have to be able to stun the champion to be able to use him incredibly and absolutely control a fight. It's just you might have to be better at baiting out and plopping heavy in order to reset your stuff. But anyway, we took up a few more rank 2s to rank 3s as well. I'm trying to remember who we took up. We took up Wiccan. Wiccan is an interesting character. I've fought him a couple times in Battlegrounds and not done so well. And he seems to be selected a lot as a defender. So Wiccan, I think, has an interesting kit that allows him to be a fantastic defender and an interesting attacker as well. But, I need to learn more about him. But I did take him up primarily for Battlegrounds. Let's see what other rank 3s I brought up as a result of this cyber weekend. Deals and resources. I think I took up Rintra as well. Everyone knows Rintra is just a very annoying defender in Battlegrounds. There might be some great counters out there, but I just haven't quite learned them. We also took up our Void. He's not high, or actually I think, oh man, I accidentally dumped all my 6 stones into Void. I did not mean to. I was going to save my 6 stones for another champion or the new Doom Iron Man, infamous Iron Man, or the new Spider-Man Doctor Strange combo thing, the symbiote Supreme Spider-Man, because those are some high prestige. I was gonna save my stones for those, but I was hovering over Void, seeing how high I could get them, and I accidentally fat thumbed it on the OK or confirm option, brought him up to like Sig 180 something or whatever, so I just closed it out with the few Sig stones I had left. So Void is now Sig 200 accidentally and begrudgingly and disgruntledly. I think we also took our gold pool up to rank 3, and we took our Scarlet Witch, OG Scarlet Witch, right up to rank 3. Not quite to rank 4 yet. And I don't think we took it. We might have taken someone up to rank 2. I think we brought up. I think the people we did take up to rank 3, rank 2. We just pushed straight through to rank 3. So these were my existing rank 2s. Nothing new here except for Overseer. I think I did take up Overseer because again he can be kind of a annoying defender in battlegrounds, and he's high prestige for his science. He's not in the top 5 prestige in the game, but if you're being very, very careful with your rank ups in that, maybe your first 5 rank 3s you want to have, or excuse me, first 6 rank 3s you want to spread it out and have a class variety. If you want to have one of each class, then Overseer is going to be your top science prestige, with the exception of Quicksilver. I think Quicksilver is the highest science, obviously. But then I think Overseer is in that number 2 spot for prestige. I don't know that for sure. Don't take take that with a grain of salt. Verify that on your own. Research that before you invest in him. I don't want to make recommendations that are under false pretenses and have you guys waste those valuable resources. So this is just me purely off memory here on a Sunday morning. I do believe Overseer is the 2nd or at least the 3rd top science prestige character in the game. If prestige is something you're considering in your rank ups, and don't want to take a science, Overseer is a fantastic option. Anyway, I think that's just about it, guys. We went through the deals, the offers, we went through the characters that I got. You could see in my inventory, I've still got a whole heap of tier 2 alphas and overflow, so I gotta get some gold and ISO. I had over 3,000 ISO before this deal. Now we're down to 688 in overflow, so we're certainly struggling on ISO and gold at the moment. I might have to sit down and grind some arena or something. Our overflow over here, just a bunch of awakening gems and energy. But we got a whole heap of stuff. I think we're sitting at 4 generic awakening gems for 6-star, which is amazing. We've got 2 science awakening gems. I'm not really sure if there's anyone valuable enough to do it. Maybe Titania. I don't know her well enough, and I don't have the resource to rank her, so I don't want to dump a gem just yet. We also have, as far as 6 stars, I think, and we have a skill. So we could take up one of these. Hit Monkey might be great. Same with Black Panther. Both of those are rank 3. And then the rest of these characters I don't know a whole bunch about. Again, back to that champ knowledge. Not to sound like a broken record or anything. And then we've got some, rank 1 to 2, rank 2 to 3. We've got 2 of those left that we can take someone up when we're ready. And then all of our Sig stones are pretty much gone. Just a bunch of little, overflow here. But anyway, I hope you guys liked the video. Cyber Weekend was fantastic. It was awesome. And yeah, I'm glad it was here, and I am certainly happy with what I was able to get from it. Again, biggest win, Wolverine Weapon X. Personally, that trophy champion is just a huge win for my account. Love it. Anyway, hope you guys had and are having a great weekend, and I will see you next time.